Good morning and welcome to Lewis University. May I have your attention, please? The following announcements are being made with your safety in mind. Due to the size of this event, emergency services personnel are present to assure your safety in the event of an emergency. Ushers are also here to assist you, as well as Lewis University employees who are identified by their name tags. Please take a few moments to acquaint yourself with the location of the exit nearest you. Exit doors are located on all sides of this facility. In the event of a fire alarm, the on-site emergency services personnel will evaluate the situation and will then instruct us accordingly. In a few moments, we will begin the graduation ceremony. The graduates will process into the field house from behind the curtains to your left. Members of the Lewis University faculty will enter the room from your right. The faculty will be followed by the platform party, which includes members of the administration, representatives of the Board of Trustees, the president of Lewis University, and honored guests. Thank you very much for your presence here today, and enjoy the ceremony.
Numbers 1 and 2 have been both up, ready to go.
Good morning, Lewis University trustees, President Livingston, members of the faculty, staff and administration, alumni, graduates, and guests of our graduates. We are all proud to gather here today as part of our 105th commencement to recognize and honor the achievements of the August and December 2019 graduates of the College of Business and the College of Education and Social Sciences. Please rise as we begin our program with a presentation of the colors by the Lewis University Student Veterans of America and ROTC Color Guard. The university's chamber choir, conducted by Jeremy Landig, will lead us in the singing of the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red bombs were staying in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you for a very fitting opening to our program. Please be seated. At this time, I am pleased to identify the members of the platform party, who include Dr. David Livingston, President of Lewis University, Kathy Halloran, Chair of the Board of Trustees, as well as other members of the Board of Trustees, Vice Presidents, Deans, various administrators, members of the faculty, alumni, and graduates. We are all very honored to share this day with the graduates. To begin the ceremony, I now invite Dr. Christy Kelly, the university's Chief Diversity Officer, to offer our invocation. Please remain seated. Dr. Kelly.
Let us pause to remember that we are always in the holy presence of God. Lord God, we ask that you grant to us hearts that are thankful for learners, for teachers, for family, for friends, and for all who have been our companions along the road that has led us here today. Grant to us voices that speak the truth as you would have us speak it, and wills dedicated to the service of all our brothers and sisters, both near and far. Grant us with the strength to commit ourselves to fulfilling the mission of Lewis University and our lives together, embracing knowledge in a spirit of fidelity, wisdom, justice, and association. May we be constantly aware of your call to act justly, to love tenderly, and to walk humbly with you throughout our lives. We make this prayer in your most holy name. Amen.
Thank you, Dr. Kelly. I now invite Kathy Halloran, Chair of the Lewis University Board of Trustees, to offer her congratulations to the graduates. Ms. Halloran.
Good morning, everyone. As Chair of the Board of Trustees and a very proud alum of Lewis University, I am very pleased to be able to share this day with you and on behalf of the Board of Trustees to offer a heartfelt congratulations to each and every one of you as you graduate today. I would also like to recognize and thank all of the family members and friends who have given you support not only on your educational journey, but throughout your lives. Today you graduate from an outstanding university, externally recognized for providing a very quality, values-based education. It's a university with dedicated and highly esteemed faculty, staff, and administration that have been deeply committed to your learning and development. So you leave Lewis University today having already achieved significant accomplishment educationally, but at the same time being ready to pursue a lifetime of continued learning. The liberal arts foundation that you've received here at Lewis has prepared you with critical thinking and reasoning skills, a sound understanding of human experience, and certainly wider perspectives that help you understand better the complexities of today's contemporary society. Your professional preparation has equipped you with the knowledge and the skills that you will need in your chosen careers, as well as in the communities where you will live and serve. Above all, the learning that you have engaged in here at Lewis has enabled you to strengthen your ethics and values so that you can move into the future as informed citizens. So as you graduate today, I encourage you to stay in touch with those classmates who you have shared a learning experience with and become friends, and also stay in touch with those faculty members who have not only been your teachers and mentors, but have also become your friends. The Board of Trustees is very confident that you will succeed in life and that you will make a difference in a world that is so very much in need of your talents and the contributions that you have to offer. So again, congratulations on this significant accomplishment. Best wishes for a wonderful future. I wish all of you here today a very Merry Christmas and a blessed and prosperous New Year.
Thank you, Ms. Halloran. Dr. David Livingston, President of Lewis University, will now offer his words of encouragement to the graduates. Dr. Livingston.
Thank you, Dr. Sint. Thank you, Chair Halloran. Trustees, Christian brothers, faculty, staff, our graduates, family, and friends, welcome to this morning's celebration in honor of our graduates and all the work that they've done. One of the things that I know to be true is that you have had an excellent experience with our faculty and staff who have pushed you and invited you to think deeply about a variety of subjects, and that you have been focused on areas that have excited you about the possibilities of the future. Before we move on to acknowledging all that you've accomplished today, I want to make sure that I thank your family and friends. We will do this a couple times today, but it is essential that we acknowledge that without the support of your family and friends, this day would not be possible. With the brief time that I have with you today, I would like to reflect on a metaphor, Newton's cradle. Now, for many of you, when I say that first, it won't mean anything to you, but let me describe it. And I think almost all of us in this room have had some experience with this little toy. So it's a frame that has metal bars and 5 metal balls that line up against each other with these wires that go up to the bars. You pull one back, and then it hits the other 4 and clicks, and then the other one on the other side moves out, and it goes back and forth, right? Most of you are familiar with this. You may have been exposed to it first time in a physics class in 7th or 8th grade, or you got it as a Christmas present and you played with it for a few years, and now it's sitting in some attic somewhere because you no longer like it. But you can imagine this little device. The purpose of this device, in some sense, is to talk about the conservation of matter, of energy, so that what happens is eventually, as the balls go back and forth, it seems at first as if all the energy that came out of the first one is pushing the other one the same distance out. But what happens over time is it slows down and stops. And then you have to pull the ball again to get it going. Okay, so I'll leave that in your mind. If you get bored with the rest of what I'm saying, you can just picture the click, 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 and it'll keep you entertained. So we have worked with you as a community over the last 3 or 4 or 5 years to prepare you for moving out into the world as both a friend, a son or daughter, a partner, a colleague, a professional. As you all know, many of you will shift not only jobs, but careers 5 or 6 times over your lifetime. We have taught you what we believe are the relevant skills and values that will allow you to succeed. Your creativity, your ability to communicate effectively, to assess and analyze situations, and to care for others is something that we hope we have passed on to you. As graduates who sit before us today, you are teachers and healers, leaders, protectors, and innovators. These may not be the specific titles of your degrees, but these are the sacred pacts that in choosing your field you have agreed to. You may get a degree this morning in accounting or psychology, criminal justice, marketing, education, or business administration, but you are leaders and healers, protectors and defenders, innovators and teachers. Some of you will heal the mind, others engage the mind in learning. Some of you will spend your careers protecting our physical bodies, our family, and our properties, and others will ensure that businesses thrive and are held accountable. You have also been steeped in the Lasallian tradition through many activities, but most importantly through the faculty, the staff, and the Christian brothers that live our mission every day. They believe that education empowers people and frees people to do what they want to do. You will offer society something that is sorely needed. Educated professionals who want to see the world become a better place because they are willing to work with colleagues across the city, around the country, to find practical solutions to some of the most complex problems that the world faces. This is where I'd like to return to Newton's cradle. We all know with this little toy that no matter how high you raise the first ball, eventually it will slow down and stop. Education is a tiny miracle that breaks this cycle of the conservation of energy. I believe it's to some degree why St. John Baptist de La Salle chose education as his ministry and how he became the patron saint of teachers. Education defies this law because it creates more than what is put into the system. I'll give you a little example. When each of us learned how to read, we were first taught little pieces of phonics. And every time that you imagine a little lesson in phonics, you imagine that ball being pulled off to the side, and then you get it for a little while, and then you run to play with your little toy truck. And then the next day, they have to remind you that PH means F in English, right? And you keep building these blocks together. But for all of us that are teachers, at some point, instead of those balls slowing down and stopping, the balls keep going. And in fact, not only do they keep going, which is an amazing thing if you can picture that in your head, right? If you know this little device and you pull it and then it never stops. And in fact, the ball on the other side gets higher than where the initial ball was. That is what you as our graduates represent to us. We gave you ideas, insights, techniques, but you will leave us and create in the world more than we ever offered to you. You will solve problems that the world has been struggling with for generations. And what I'd ask of you is that as you encounter your children, your colleagues, the people in your schools, the people at your businesses, the people in your municipalities that you work with, that you will raise that ball up to the side when you are with them and pass along our Lasallian values. Because that's another thing that we offer to you culturally and spiritually. Humanity constantly breaks this conservation of energy law. The world is made better because of people like you. You go out into the world and you create energy. You create ideas. You come up with solutions. And for that, we are incredibly proud of you, and we are excited about your futures. So please, in the coming years, keep in touch. Send us pictures of your children. Let us know about your new promotion, or about the new paper you just published, or the patent that was just approved. We know that you will do great things. We're proud of you. And I am especially grateful. Simone Weil, one of the people that I love to read spiritually, once said, "Attention is the rarest and purest form of generosity." I thank you this morning for being so generous with me by offering your kind attention. Congratulations, and God bless each of you.
Thank you, Dr. Livingston. We continue our ceremony with the LaSallian Student Commencement Address, which will be delivered by Carly Patterson, a marketing major. Ms. Patterson.
Good morning, members of the Board of Trustees, Dr. Livingston, honored guest, faculty, staff, friends, family, and of course, class of 2019. We made it. I am more than honored to be here before you and with you today. I would like to begin by sharing a wonderful discovery with you. It is called the butterfly effect. It is the idea that the tiniest thing can have a tremendous impact. It suggests that if we were to track a hurricane from its very beginning, we would find that it was all caused by a change in air pressure from the flutter of a butterfly's wings some weeks prior and halfway across the world. If something that came onto this earth as a caterpillar can do that, then we might be able to accomplish more than we can even imagine here today. At Lewis, I have had the opportunity to do many things I would not have been able to elsewhere. Lewis allowed me to continue to play the sport I love by inviting me to be a part of the women's soccer team. This opportunity brought me lifelong friendships while also teaching me the valuable lesson of commitment, of never giving up, even when it seems like my only option. I also got to take on the formidable role of being a residence assistant during my time here. I would have never pictured myself in this position, but Lewis continued to challenge me to do more and to be more. I am so grateful for having accepted this challenge. It has shown me the importance of community. Finally, I had the privilege of being a part of the College of Business. I was one of those people who went into college not knowing what I wanted to do. Somehow, I ended up a marketing major with a minor in Spanish. As a marketer, I've learned the value of empathy. I learned that you can only solve problems if you can first understand where people are coming from. As a Spanish minor, I jumped on the opportunity of studying abroad in Sevilla, Spain this past summer. My travels not only helped me strengthen my Spanish, they helped me to widen my perspective. This adventure taught me the value of having an open mind and an open heart, not only as a Spanish minor or a marketing major, but as a human being. While all of these things have taught me separate lessons, together they've shown me that I can do the unthinkable, that I can do so much more than I might imagine. Now, you may not have played a sport, or been an RA, or studied abroad, but you've all done things you never thought you could do. Never forget that. Never forget about who you were before you did all of those things, and never forget about everyone that has helped you get here. Because if you forget that, you will forget how far you've come and to whom you need to be grateful. Matthew 13:32 tells us that the mustard seed is the smallest of all seeds, but when it has grown, It is larger than all the garden plants and becomes a tree, so that the birds of the air come and make nests in its branches. Without allowing ourselves to grow, we would not be able to help others grow. Our Lasallian mission here at Lewis puts emphasis on engaging in a quality, value-based education together and by association as students, faculty, and staff. As members of the Lewis University community, we have learned to be lifelong learners who are committed to growth in the search for truth. Here, in our inclusive community, this task has not been too difficult. But as we leave here today, we will encounter new challenges, and so we need to be prepared to hold on to these values and continue to grow in our respect for others, in our faith in God, and in our quest for justice for all. As we all sit here today, celebrating our greatest academic achievement, another thing that once seemed impossible, I want you to remember who you were before you came to Lewis and all of the wonderful people who have helped you get to this point. While the flutter of the butterfly's wings from weeks ago played an important role in changing the world, it could not have done it on its own, just as we could not have completed our college career on our own. Therefore, let us give one final thank you to all who are here today and to all who have helped us along the way. Class of 2019, here's to the beginning of something great. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Patterson. Each graduate knows the critical role that a variety of individuals have played in making their graduation possible today. At this time, I would like to recognize a few special groups for their encouragement and support. Would the members of the Lewis University faculty present here today please stand and be recognized? Thank you, faculty, for your extraordinary dedication to your students, to the teaching profession, and to scholarship and service. Would all parents, spouses, and children of our graduates kindly stand and be acknowledged? And now, would the grandparents, relatives, and other guests of the graduates kindly stand and be recognized? So that's everyone here. Thank you all for your support and encouragement of our graduates. And now for the presentation of the graduates. During our degree presentations, the name of each graduate will be read aloud by Joseph Felice. A professional photographer will take a photo of the graduates as they are congratulated by the president. For the courtesy of all our guests and safety of the graduates approaching the stage, if you wish to take a photo near the stage, it should be done in the designated photography area to your left. We appreciate your cooperation with this. I now invite Dean Ryan Butt to come forward to present the candidates from the College of Business. He will be followed by Dr. Bonnie Bondavalli, who will present the candidates from the College of Education and Social Sciences.
President Livingston and members of the Board of Trustees, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Business and as Dean of the College, I certify that the following candidates have successfully completed the requirements for the degrees to be conferred upon them. I request, therefore, that you bestow upon them these degrees with all the rights and privileges thereof.
Out of respect for all the graduates and their guests, you are please asked to refrain from any noise that disrupts the reading of the names of each graduate. I ask that you please hold your applause until all the graduates have been presented. Any disruption makes it difficult to hear the names of each graduate, as well as prolongs today's ceremony. We appreciate your cooperation. Thank you. For the degree Bachelor of Arts, Lucas Dane Sefcik. Christopher John Werr, David Esparza, Blake Marks, for the degree Bachelor of Science, Andrew F. Randazzo, Ryan Andrew Sadler, Archibald Aguimang, Salman Wahir M. Alajmi, Mohammed Ali M. Al-Asiri, Abdul Rahman Al-Batli, Melissa K. Alonzo, Vera Al-Zube, Keenan Patrick Airy, Kayla N. Baker, Ahmed Saeed A. Bamusa, Mohammed Amen Am Bashmak, Guilherme J. Bolivar, Kijwan Anthony Brown, Maria Fernanda Cesares, Connor J. Childs, Isaac Lee Copeland, Ariana Correll, Ibrahim Saleh A. Dabil, Abigail Davies, Amber Jordan Esparza, Ashley Estrada, Dawn Marie Fash, Colton J. Ford, Maria Garcia, Brenda A. Gonzalez Arellano, Kimberly A. Haleman, Moses Eric Herrada, Marcus Joseph Holly, John T. Horseman, Ryan Mitchell Johnson, Joshua Anthony Johnston, Mark Kazmarzik, Brian Lasniak, Melissa Nicole Lidke, Adam A. Lucius, Erica Page Lutke, Alejandra Martinez, Melissa Martinez, Ross James McCormick, Magdalena Nemec, Kylie Morgan O'Malley, Lizbeth Ornelas, Carly June Patterson, Tanea L. Perry, Mauricio Chaparro Quintana, Julia Marie Riley, Edward Taylor Rogalski, Carly M. Schwarz, Jared Preston Stigant, Camille E. Sedol, Aneta Suflarska, Jesus S. Tinoco, Jacob Tonelli, Megan Ann Troche, Kyle E. Valeri,
President Livingston and members of the Board of Trustees, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Education and Social Sciences and as Dean of the College, I certify that the following candidates have successfully completed the requirements for the degrees to be conferred upon them. I request, therefore, that you bestow upon them these degrees with all the rights and privileges thereof.
For the degree Bachelor of Arts, Valerie J. Haygood. Well, I didn't think I'd have to read this so quickly again, but again, please, I ask for your cooperation. It's very difficult to hear the names of all the graduates. I again request that you hold your applause until all the graduates have been presented. Your cooperation is appreciated. Thank you very much. Lena Malahui. Ethan David Ridgego. Savannah Catherine Rucker. Janine Sarah Ali Shalash. Clarissa Estel Alvarez. Hannah Anderson. Rosalind Aguileri. Bernice Aldela Luna. Justin J. Barma. Brianna Kristen Lasky. Daisy Lisette Cabral. Giovanni Cagero. Quinn T. Caldwell. Diana Calvillo. Elizabeth Campa. Ethan J. Kane. Sean Patrick Carey. Alejandro Angel Carreno. Mariangela Carrion Facio. Ariel Kier Chambers. Hannah Lauren Shalino. Julie Laura Clark. Jordan Margaret Cuthbert. Mary Gabrielle Daly. Sebastian C. Dodero. Kayla Catrice Dorsey. Mark Thomas Doyle. Caitlin J. Dines. Audrey Hope Juliana Folk. Samantha Rose Frankowski. Verinas Gallarzo. Gina Gallet. Christina Amanda Garabay. Mark Gassianica. Anthony Gauthier. Frank Douglas Gallarzo. Frank Douglas Giunti. Lindihana Gorenka. Javier Guerca. Amir F. Halim. Tanaya D. Harrington. Nicholas Raymond Hoffman. Jennifer Huerta. Kimberly Elizabeth Huerta Padilla. Michaela May Joyner. Lauren B. Kilmartin. Jamie Lee Nisiak. Megan Jean Laga. Autumn Sherry Lewis. Camille Lichon. Natalie R. Linchester. Dorothy Maria Loduca. Amanda Gail Lottie. Christopher David Mack. Nathaniel Marquez. Curtis Wayne Marshinki. Megan Ryan Mateja. Patrick David McBrady Jr. Rebecca L. Mahalik. Scott Daniel Menark. Deanna Elaine Musarino. Laith Mustafa. Sean Martin Nevin. Emily May Pierce. Brianna Isabel Payayo. Autumn A. Rains. Sonia Ramos. Carol Ann Richardson. Gregory Michael Rizzo. Sarah Jean Robertson. Carla Rodriguez. Emma Jeanette Singla. Zachary David Specia. Paulina Stafira. Chloe Josephine Zott. Hannah Rose Tassone. Kimberly Vasquez. Michael Werziak. Christopher Shane Wong. Jocelyn Zambrano. For the degree Bachelor of Science. For the degree Bachelor of Science. Michael T. Debow. I now ask Dr. David Livingston, President of Lewis University, I now ask Dr. David Livingston, President of Lewis University, to please come forward and officially confer the degrees that have just been presented.
As president of Lewis University, in accordance with the authority invested in me by the Board of Trustees, it is my honor to award these degrees with all their rights, privileges, and responsibilities. Congratulations to each of you. It's now official. Well done.
Thank you, Dr. Livingston. At this time, I am pleased to introduce Christopher Huig from the classes of 2011 and 2016, a representative of the Lewis University Alumni Association, who will now welcome our graduates as alumni of the university. Mr. Huig.
On behalf of the Lewis University Alumni Board and our 46,000 Lewis alumni, it is my distinct honor to welcome you as new members of the Alumni Association. The Lewis University Alumni Association is an all-volunteer organization that fosters long-lasting, mutually beneficial relationships between the university and its alumni. Our goal is to provide you with opportunities to remain in contact with your classmates, to network with other Lewis graduates, and to stay connected with your alma mater. I encourage each of you to be active participants in the Alumni Association and to join us in supporting a premier association for all our members. Any Lewis graduate will tell you that our educational experiences here resulted in much more than just a diploma. The Catholic and LaSallian values we learned, the guidance we received, the people we came to love, and the lifelong learning we became so passionate about are all still a part of us, woven into the tapestry of our lives even today. And many alumni, recognizing the value of their Lewis education, have encouraged their own children to be a part of the Lewis experience as well. Many who are graduating today are the sons and daughters of alumni. These families are dedicated to the values Lewis embodies and are truly handing down those ideals from one generation to the next. Thank you for continuing the Lewis tradition. And finally, as a member of the Lewis University Alumni Association Board, it is my honor to welcome you to the Lewis alumni family. As a symbol of your new status as a Lewis University graduate and as members of the Alumni Association, you may now move your tassel on your caps from right to left. Congratulations and blessings to you all.
Thank you, Mr. Huig. After a few announcements about the recessional and exit procedures, we will begin the closing portion of today's program. The first groups to exit the field house are the platform party and the faculty. The graduates will recess to the area behind the curtain to your left. We ask that family members and guests of the graduates please remain in your places until all of the recessionals are complete. Upon completion of them, you may exit the field house using the main entrance doors to your right, or you may leave through the doors behind you. Finally, thank you for your presence here today. To the graduates, please take time to thank friends, relatives, spouses, parents, professors, staff members, and all of the many who have played a critical role in the work that you have accomplished at Lewis University. We are very proud of you and very hopeful for your future. Jake D. Murray, Associate Director of University Ministry, will now lead us in the prayer for our graduates. Mr. D. Murray.
As our graduates continue their journey, we would like to send them forward today with our blessing and prayers. I invite you now to turn to page 2 in your program books and join me in reciting portions of the prayer. Let us remember that we are in the holy presence of God. Gracious, loving Lord, thank you for our graduates, for inspiring them to apply their gifts and talents and to grow as individuals, as emerging professionals, and as engaged members of society. Thank you for encouraging them to enrich the Lewis University community through their commitment to learning and through their prayers, love, and service. Bless them today with joy. Sustain them in the years to come with hope in you. Encourage them with your grace to continue learning and growing, to always seek the truth, to become wiser and more compassionate, to foster community in all places, to serve those in need, and to work for peace and justice. And finally, Lord, let them be assured that you are with them always. Amen. St. John Baptist de La Salle, live Jesus in our hearts.